Hey guys, you're on the bench with Matt, and we've got the Vortex 250 Pro torn apart at the moment. I just wanted to kind of show a demonstration of everything you've got to do to take it apart. Obviously, when you first get it, if you're changing the receiver cable from PPM to S bus, it's almost necessary to take it apart. First thing you've got to do, obviously, is take your props off, get them out of the way. To do that, I didn't have the right tools, so I had to pull out the big guns. My prop nut wrench that I use on my other quad is actually too big to fit these. Not sure. I ended up using an 8mm socket. It felt a little loose on it, so I don't know. 7mm was didn't fit. So 8mm, take those off. They're all clockwise threads, so you would twist them on clockwise. To twist them off, you twist off counterclockwise. The next step, I guess, would be to obviously remove your antenna. There's this little rubber grommet that goes in the hole where your receiver cable comes out. Pull that guy out so that you can slide that through. That won't fit through with that rubber grommet in it. The screws, there's 3 on each arm. You've got 2 in the center on each side, and then you've got 2 on the bottom. I just took the bottom ones out instead of these top ones. They're a little harder to get to, but just to kind of keep track, here's my screw layout. Drilled some holes in a little scrap piece of wood just to keep track of them, and it's going to set for a day or two until I get my receiver to mount. I plan on mounting that inside of it, which I'll try to post a video of that when I get it done. But this probably wasn't necessary. I did go ahead and take that off just so we could get a better look inside of it. To take these screws off, I've got this kit here, and the only thing I found to fit it, I believe it's actually the T ends that you need for the larger screw. Let's see if I can get this in the picture. The larger one is a T8, and the one for the smaller screws was a T7, and those fit nice and snug. I tried a 2mm Allen wrench, and it was a little loose. 3mm too big, or well, let me actually, 2.5mm was even too big, so I believe it's the 2mm that didn't fit on the bigger screws. But so I used these T, they're kind of a star, more of a star bit than an Allen wrench, and they fit snug, perfect for taking those screws off. But let me pull the camera down. We'll take a closer look at what's inside here. All right, guys. See where to start. Grab something to kind of point out what we've got. If I get this to focus. Back here is your PPM cable plug-in. That's where the factory cable is going to be plugged into. So if you're switching to S bus, you will have to switch that out. So here I've already plugged my S bus into this port here. The other ports we have, there's 2 here. I'm honestly not positive what they're for, but down here is your LED port. And the LED wires, or these colored wires, they run back to the back of the LED board and plug in there also, so you can take those loose, switch them out easily. This port we have here is your GPS port plug-in. Not positive on this one. I know back behind it, the far right pin, it shows 3.3 volts. The center pin is ground, and the left pin it says AL, I believe it was. Moving over to here, if I can get this, show a little better light. I believe this plug here would be to power a GoPro. The pin farthest from me is 5 volts. The next pin over is ground. The next pin over says V or U. Next pin's AL, and the pin after that is AR. Back here is where your ESC remote wires plugs into the board. There's one of those on all 4 corners. You can see your camera plugs in here. But that's it. Pretty close look at what's going on. Now, when you pull the board up and off, there is, I took this out. You wouldn't necessarily have to take that out, and if you didn't, you would have to worry about the piece that goes across here. I'll show that runs across from one side to the other. It kind of slopes down and touches the top of the video transmitter. I'm not sure if that's for ground, because it does go through one of the screw holes and would ground out to the carbon fiber, so I'm guessing that's what that's for. When you're taking this thing apart, the antenna wire and plug is attached, so you've got a couple inches of play there. I propped it up with a piece of glue stick, but so you've got plenty of play to move that up and work around underneath there for anything you're plugging in. Hopefully there's going to be space to fit that receiver. I'm running a Taranis with the I believe it's the X4R SB receiver. But there's your flight controller. And like I said, the video transmitter right there. Another thing I wanted to point out, I got the black pimp kit to switch out all the plastics to black. I did hear that you have to desolder the motors from the ESC or the ESCs from the board, and I see why now. The motor wires come in the top of this plastic here. ESC is mounted inside of that. See a little through there, and then the wires actually come out the bottom side. If I can get to it, so the wires from the ESC come out the bottom side. The positive and negative would have to come off the board. I've not looked under the arm to see what's in there yet. But that's it. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. Hit like and subscribe to my page. Thanks for watching.